representing the victim's family.
Plus, the Port Neches community mourning the loss of Mayor Glenn Johnson, how he's being remembered by his peers.
And an executive order declaring English as the official language of the U.S. is impacting people across the country. How it affects Southeast Texas from hospitals to the polls. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong, just about to turn 7:01 right now. So let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber as we take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Jasper. We are 18 minutes shy of sunrise. That's according to Jeff Gerber, who also has a great forecast for us today. Hey, Jeff.
Good morning. Temperatures are out there right now in the 50s and 60s, so not too bad of a start, kind of like what we've been seeing the last few mornings. 59 now in Beaumont, 58 in Kirbyville, and 55 in Jasper. Still showing lower 60s in Orange at 61, Woodville's at 62, and then the warm spot definitely is Port Arthur, where we're seeing temperatures holding right around about 67. Speaking of Port Arthur, take you down there with our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Market Basket. There are a few clouds out there for this morning down towards the coast. We'll see increasing clouds through the afternoon, but little chance for any rain. If we'd see something, it would be less than a 10% coverage out there, so we don't have rain really in the forecast for today. We do have warm temperatures once again. We'll be in the middle 80s, around 86, 87 today, with southeasterly winds between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. More in the forecast, talking about rain this weekend. We'll look at that in weather.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Just in the newsroom, Justice of the Peace Brad Burnett just told us that a 23-year-old female died in this major crash that happened yesterday in Jasper County. It happened on Highway 62 at County Road 826, that's south of Buna. The Sheriff's Office says 4 vehicles were involved. Investigators haven't said what led up to the crash, but we know a medical helicopter was called to the scene, and DPS is investigating again. The newest update was that this was a 23-year-old victim. Now to the latest in the death at the Motiva refinery in Port Arthur Monday.
Yeah, a wrongful death lawsuit. It has been filed in Jefferson County against Motiva Enterprises, and 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's live at the Jefferson County Courthouse with the details of this lawsuit. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Mark and Tia. The contractor that died at that Motiva refinery on Monday was Hayden Christopher. A lawsuit has been filed by Beaumont attorney Brent Kuhn, and Brent Kuhn is representing Christopher's wife and 13-year-old son. That 32-year-old died while working at that Port Arthur refinery, and right now we're still trying to learn what led up to the cause of death. But Kuhn says Christopher was killed while working with electrical lines in a bucket truck. According to the attorney, the lawsuit includes a restraining order which bans Motiva from tampering with the scene until it can be inspected by engineers. Kuhn says it's important to file these motions early.
You have to get out there with your experts and look at all this before all of the evidence disappears on you. Sometimes that disappears inadvertently, even if you rope it off. Sometimes it happens on purpose to eliminate liability issues. But you have to want to make sure the area is properly secured.
According to the attorney, a judge ordered the area where Christopher was killed to be secured. In a statement to 12 News, Motiva said, quote, "We extend our deepest condolences to the individual's family, friends, and colleagues during this difficult time." The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and OSHA are investigating this tragedy. As always, we'll keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. Reporting from the Jefferson County Courthouse, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, tributes, they have been pouring in for late Port Neches Mayor Glenn Johnson.
He died Thursday after holding the position for 23 years. Port Neches City Manager Andre Weimer says Johnson was dedicated to the community, its residents, and his family. He says the mayor kept the community's interests at heart, which allowed him to work for so long as a council member and mayor.
The mayor had a lot of pride in Port Neches, and he was probably the community's greatest advocate. He was critical to to driving the city forward.
Mayor Pro Tem Terry Schwartner will temporarily take on Johnson's duties. All flags at city buildings have been lowered in honor of the late mayor. Greg Melanson of Melanson Livingston Funeral Home tells us Johnson services are scheduled for this Sunday at First Baptist Port Neches. The visitation will last from 1:30 to 3:30 with the funeral immediately after. His burial will follow at Oak Bluff Memorial Park.
Three officers shot. Two of the officers were hit.
And that's San Antonio Police Chief William McManus speaking yesterday after a shootout that left two officers wounded and a suspect dead. That chaos had unfolded at a motel, and thankfully we have learned that the officers, they are expected to recover.
Yeah, they're still recovering in the hospital. The chief calling their actions nothing short of heroic. An officer was sent to the motel after a mysterious 911 call from a whispering woman. Now, before the call even came in, two officers encountered the suspect. They just happened to be staged in a nearby parking lot. The man was reportedly taunting them, which the officers ignored until they learned about the 911 call. When the other officer arrived, all three got caught in a showdown with the man who said he wasn't going back to prison. He pulled out a gun and started shooting, but was killed when the officers shot back.
But we were very, very lucky. I mean, as this officer was, as the suspect was pulling out that gun shooting, and one of the officers jumped on him.
As for that 911 call, the chief says they don't know who the woman is or if she was even in any danger.
They also say that she may have been trying to alert officers to that suspect. Well, Texas lawmakers, they've announced a new committee to investigate the July 4th flooding that claimed more than 117 lives in the Hill Country. They are also focusing on new rules for summer camps going forward. But what exactly will this new committee be doing? Well, the Texas legislature already passed new rules for summer youth camps in September, and the Texas agency responsible for overseeing them is the Department of State Health Services. Well, now this committee could be looking over the department's shoulder. And all just to make sure the rules are being followed. Andrew Moore with our sister station in San Antonio has those details.
We understand the camps are important to the community is important to us, but the most important thing is the safety of every single child.
Texas Senator Jose Menendez is just one of several senators on the newly created Senate and House General Investigating Committees for the July 4th flooding. The Texas Speaker and Lieutenant Governor announced the new committees on Monday. The Lieutenant Governor also said, "I was shocked to see Camp Mystic begin signing up campers for next year with so many questions unanswered about what happened that fateful morning." Camps now have new regulations requiring more complete disaster plans, emergency warning systems, and weather radios, among other things. DSHS is responsible for making sure no camp breaks the rules, but this committee allows lawmakers to make sure camps don't bend them either.
Some of the concerns that we have as lawmakers is they may try to find a way around these things.
And Camp Mystic will be under specific scrutiny. The Lieutenant Governor also said in the statement that the camp hasn't spoken publicly and will be asked to testify. Camp Mystic has now responded by saying, in part, "We look forward to working with the Senate and House General Investigating Committees and helping them and the public more fully understand the facts of what happened." Menendez says, bottom line, camps will not operate if they don't follow the rules.
I don't want to have any of the issues repeated. We didn't have cell phone service. We weren't aware. We didn't know. All these things, I want them to stop.
That was Andrew Moore reporting. According to our sister station, there's still no word on when all this might start.
And breaking news, a 23-year-old Hispanic woman was killed in a crash early this morning on Highway 82 South in Port Arthur, just past the Valero plants. Now, officials say that she was rear-ended and died at the scene around 4:30 a.m.
Her name has not been released. Justice of the Peace Brad Burnett has ordered an autopsy. We will keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
And meanwhile, a group of Kerrville ISD bus drivers was honored yesterday for their actions when their community needed them most. 14 bus drivers and staff, they braved rising waters and damaged roads to rescue nearly 900 children and counselors who were trapped at those summer camps there. Heroism was recognized by the Courage Project. The award honored 20 people and groups across the country who showed extraordinary compassion and strength in their communities.
With Hispanic Heritage Month wrapping up yesterday, we're learning more about President Trump's new executive order that's impacting Southeast Texas. It declares English as the official language of the U.S. 12 News reporter Daniela Tabuada-Palau has more.
It's a shift. We've never had an official language.
On March 1st of this year, President Donald Trump signed an executive order declaring English as the official language of the United States, an order that can be misunderstood, according to Christy Wendler, local immigration lawyer.
Some people might say, well, we can't help you unless you speak English. That's not what this executive order says.
The executive order only revokes a past executive order that required federal agencies to provide multilingual services.
Required federal agencies to take certain steps to ensure access to services for people with limited English proficiency.
But with this new executive order,
it doesn't require federal agencies to stop providing non-English assistance and services.
Meaning Southeast Texans will continue to have access to services in multiple languages.
An executive order cannot change laws. It's not going to basically eliminate all those protections that Texans already have. For instance, states, hospitals, schools, and courts are typically still going to be required to provide language access in accordance with Title VI and other laws.
12 News contacted Port Arthur ISD, the district attorney's office, and election officials to confirm their multilingual services.
You have the bilingual, the translation. Our machines, our voting machines, do have the capacity to translate.
The courts are responsible during trials and hearings of providing language services.
Every documentation is provided in English and Spanish, in some cases also in Vietnamese. I'm serving as a translator for meetings. We also provide English classes.
12 News also looked into federal agencies like the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which back in August chose to eliminate its translation services. A local representative with the agency said they have not received any advisories guidance in connection with Executive Order 14224, and they will continue to operate under existing federal requirements and best practices to ensure accessibility and compliance. For Jamie Bermudez of Port Arthur, translation services are what she needs to achieve her American dream.
We are a state of immigrants that forms part of this county, and these services are what we need to move forward.
Daniela Tabuada-Palau, 12 News.
Still ahead here on Daybreak, lots of events happening through the weekend in Southeast Texas. A look at the spooky good fun to come, including today's Sip and Stroll at Shangri-La Gardens. Plus, here on 12 News Daybreak, the new phone, free bar trend, and fake reading for clout. Your trending news is coming up here on 12 News Plus. Your time is 7:13.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters.
Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, this morning we are taking a look at several upcoming events here in the area, most of them Halloween themed, of course. First up, Shangri-La Botanical Gardens in Orange. They are hosting one of its fun sip and stroll events today. That's going to be a kooky Addams Family themed evening from 5 to 8 p.m. You can enjoy wine and cocktails and stroll the gardens, rain or shine. Should be shine today. Admission, it is free. Visit shangrilagardens.org for more information. Also, Beaumont's Museum Madness Weekend, that's kicking off today and it's going to run through Sunday. Now tomorrow there's going to be music at the McFaddens. That's going to be with Jimmy Simmons and friends. And this is all happening at the McFadden Ward House. And that's not all. Saturday there's going to be the Spooky Pumpkin Walk and Fall Festival. That's going to be at the John J. French Museum. Also there's Eat a Bug Family Arts Day at that is happening at the Art Museum of Southeast Texas from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then there's going to be Dr. Kaboom with science. He's going to have shows at the Beaumont Children's Museum at 10 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m. And speaking of a spooky good fun, be sure to head on over to the Spindletop Boomtown Museum tomorrow evening from 5:30 to 9. There's going to be trick-or-treating and an all ages costume contest and the painted pumpkin competition where prizes are going to go to the most creative designs.
7:17 now on this Thursday morning, and we have mostly clear skies out there. We do see a few clouds, especially down towards the coast as we look at our Roofing 911 live Skycam network towards Port Arthur. But overall, another cool morning, or at least mild morning, with temperatures in the lower 60s and upper 50s. This camera brought to you by Market Basket. As we look at satellite and radar, you can see the clouds pushing in from our south and west. These will continue to increase for today, and we'll go mostly cloudy by this afternoon and not going to see much in the way of rain. There might be a few sprinkles along the coast just with that moisture coming in off the Gulf, but expecting a pretty dry day today. That'll change a little bit as we head towards Friday and then especially Saturday as we see a cold front come through. That front right now is still back over the Four Corners stage, so it'll take a couple of days to get here, but Saturday night looks like we have at least a decent chance for rain, and we sure need it with burn bans across the entire area. Our futurecast in the lower 60s to start off at 8 a.m. As we jump till 10 o'clock, we'll see middle 70s and up from there into the lower 80s as we head towards lunchtime. And then we're expecting to see temperatures climb to about 86 to maybe 88 for today. And like I said, maybe an isolated sprinkle south of I-10, but we don't expect much in the way of rain chances today. Cloud cover will be there until later on tonight. Then we'll go with partly cloudy skies as temperatures drop into the 60s tonight. I don't think we'll see any of those 50s like we've seen the last 3 or 4 mornings. Forecast for today, increasing clouds. No rain with an east to southeasterly wind at 5 to 10. We'll see temperatures there into the middle to upper 80s. And then tonight, middle 60s for the most part across the area. Maybe some upper 60s, some lower 70s down towards the coast. Partly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow we'll go back to mostly cloudy with a weak disturbance coming through. We'll see a small chance of a couple of showers, 20% coverage there. And then a 50% coverage of rain and thunderstorms coming in on Saturday night. Could see a few storms there. I don't think it's going to add up to a whole lot, not really expecting any severe weather or anything like that, but some places could pick up maybe half an inch of rain or so. Behind that front, Sunday we start to clear things out. Monday also looks good. Temperatures in the middle 80s, lots of sunshine for Monday. And then Tuesday, there's a few showers that could pop up with another weak front going through. And on the backside of that, we dry it out again for Wednesday as morning lows dip down to the lower 60s.
Jeff, with this little bit of rain, are we still on a trajectory for it to become even more dry out there, maybe even enter that moderate drought stage?
We could be. I mean, if we pick up, 1/10 of an inch of rain on Saturday night, which we very well could, and we don't see much in the way of rain next week, yeah, we could start heading up towards that moderate drought stage pretty quickly.
Just going to take some rain.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
Well, we hope that you'll tune in for our game of the week tomorrow. The Westbrook Bruins, they're going to take on the Port Arthur Memorial Titans at Memorial Stadium. Kickoff for that is 7 p.m. Also, be sure to get in your vote for the band of the week. You're going to decide if it's going to be the Bruins or the Titans who's going to take home those bragging rights this week. You can vote until 3 p.m. tomorrow at 12newsnow.com/band. All right, 7:20, time for your trending news. A new social media fad has some users accusing their peers of engaging in a kind of fiction fraud.
They say some people are pretending to read in public just to post about it and get attention. It's called performative reading. These people allegedly film themselves reading books, sometimes even in scenarios where reading would obviously be difficult, and real bookworms are getting the ick. Still, some say if people start reading to impress, they might stick with it, which is a win for literacy. And Mark, you said that you got a nice little idea to act like you reading.
Oh yeah, no, I'll set up my lawn chair in front of the next fire we have around here. You can get a nice picture of me out there. I'll be sure it's like War and Peace or something like that. I want people to think I'm a smart guy.
All right. Here's another trend that you're going to absolutely love or hate.
Yeah, bars and restaurants, they're trying to help people connect by banning phones. Now, this restaurant in D.C., Hush Harbor, it makes you put your phone in magnetically sealed pouches before entering, just like these yonder pouches that we've all come to know and love down here in Southeast Texas. So the difference here, you can unlock it at any time. You just have to step outside to use it. Studies have shown that cell phones, they can certainly hurt social interactions, like how it might make your friends feel when you look at it while they are talking to you.
I do feel bad, like if my friends are talking and I'm out to eat or something and I'm like, hold on, give me a sec, but it sometimes it's important.
That's why I got my phone.
You're right.
No, I'm going to try to put my phone down next time I'm hanging out with somebody. Make them feel valued. All right, moving along here, the fastest fast food for the 5th straight year in a row is Taco Bell.
Yeah, according to the 2025 drive-through report, it takes an average of 4 minutes and 17 seconds to get through the drive-through. KFC came in at a close second, just 5 seconds behind. They're followed by Tim Hortons, Arby's, and Wendy's. Chick-fil-A last on the list with an average drive-through time of just over 7 minutes. The report did note that Chick-fil-A is generally busier than others. It also was ranked as the friendliest fast food joint. You know what? Chick-fil-A is worth the wait.
Absolutely, and they are a well-oiled machine. They certainly don't skimp on the employees. They have plenty of nice people out there keeping that line moving. I'm surprised Tim Hortons on this list. I thought it was just muffins or something.
I don't even know what Tim Hortons is.
It's like a northern thing, you're basically a Canadian if you're going to Tim Hortons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But how long does it take to pass them a muffin?
Guess you gotta make it. All right, it is now 7:23, taking a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. You're watching 12 News Daybreak.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, It's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
At the bus stop this morning, mild temperatures in the lower 60s, lower 80s at recess, and then we're going with middle 80s as you make your way home for later on this afternoon with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Along the coast today, east winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas around 2 feet. Next high tides right around the lunch hour at 12:12. Our sunrise at 7:19. Our sunsets at 6:44. Notice water temperature is cooling down a little bit there into the Gulf at 83. We're having northeasterly winds at 10 to 12 miles per hour at Texas Point. Look for just a light chop on the inland lakes and bays for today. We'll go with mostly sunny skies to start, but mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon.
And coming up, a wrongful death lawsuit's filed against Motiva's Port Arthur refinery, and 12 News is live from the Jefferson County Courthouse. We are learning from the attorney representing the victim's family about that wrongful death suit.
Plus, the Port Neches community mourns the loss of Mayor Glenn Johnson, how he's being remembered by his peers.
And federal workers fear losing their jobs as President Trump promises to fire thousands more. The government shutdown continues.
It is 7:26, taking a live look at downtown Beaumont from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. Beaumont police are searching for 35-year-old Lauren Bridges. She was reported missing by a family member who says they haven't seen her in a year. She was last seen about 2 months ago around Potter Street. Police say she may be experiencing mental health and substance use challenges. If you've seen her, call police.
And a man and a woman, they are on trial for shooting Newton's police chief back in 2023. Betty Richards is charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault on a public servant, and L.C. Gossi is charged with 1 count of that same charge. Now, Chief Will Jackson, he was trying to evict Richards and Gossi from a home on FM 1004 when investigators say that Richards started shooting. Chief Jackson, he was shot in his bulletproof vest and he was taken to the hospital but was back on the job a few days later.
C.O. Wilson Middle School has been gifted special graphing calculators. People from Nederland ISD gathered yesterday to thank the businesses who donated them. OCI, Methodix, and Phillips 66. Principal Tina Oliver says the new calculators will help students tackle complex math lessons. All right, switching gears to check in on our forecast with meteorologist Jeff Gerber, looking at I-10 there in Beaumont. Jeff, what can we expect today?
Well, we'll expect to see a little bit more in the way of some cloud cover for today. We've been looking at lots of sunshine the last 3 or 4 days. Today, cloud cover starts to move in, and then eventually that'll translate to a couple of showers as we head towards Friday, and maybe some showers and thunderstorms. Much needed rainfall coming up on Saturday. But right now, like I said, mostly clear skies out there, as you saw on our sky cam. We're 55 in Jasper, 58 in Kirbyville, and 59 in Beaumont. Right at 60 in Orange, 67 in Port Arthur, and then 62 in Woodville. Once again, we'll take a look right outside our 12 News studio, and then we'll switch over to Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana, also seeing some clear skies for this morning, but that won't be the case as we end our day. We'll go with mostly cloudy skies by, say, 4 to 6 o'clock later on this afternoon. Temperature's going to be in the middle 80s today. We'll see an east to southeasterly wind between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, we could pick up maybe about a half an inch or so of some rain. We'll look at that forecast coming up in weather.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And breaking news this morning, 23-year-old woman was killed in a crash early this morning on Highway 82 South in Port Arthur. That's just past the Valero plants. Officials say that she was rear-ended and she died at the scene around 4:30 a.m.
Her name has not been released. Justice of the Peace Brad Burnett has ordered an autopsy. We'll keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. And the time now 7:33. Now to a major crash yesterday in Jasper County. It happened on Highway 62 at County Road 826 that's south of Buna. The sheriff's office says 4 vehicles were involved. Investigators haven't said what led up to the crash, but we know a medical helicopter was called to the scene. DPS is investigating.
Well, tributes, they have been pouring in for Port Neches Mayor Glenn Johnson. He died Tuesday at Christus St. Elizabeth Hospital in Beaumont. Johnson, he held that position for 23 years. 12 News spoke with Port Neches City Manager Andre Weimer, who says that Mayor Glenn Johnson was a true leader dedicated to the community, especially through hurricanes, the TPC explosions, and of course the city's growth. Now, Weimer says that Johnson always put residents first, which is why he served for so long. Now, Mayor Pro Tem Terry Schwartner, he's going to temporarily step in. Flags at the city buildings, they are now lowered in his honor. And Craig Melanson with Melanson Livingston Funeral Home telling us that Johnson's services, they're going to be scheduled for this Sunday at First Baptist Port Neches. Now, visitation is going to be from 1:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. The funeral is going to follow immediately after, and then there will be the burial at Oak Bluff Memorial Park. Now to some Power City news. We have an update in the death at the Motiva refinery in Port Arthur that happened on Monday.
A wrongful death lawsuit has been filed against Motiva Enterprises. 12 News' Derek Jones is live at the Jefferson County Courthouse with a breakdown. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Mark and Tia, the contractor that was killed at that Motiva refinery on Monday was Hayden Christopher. A lawsuit has been filed by Beaumont attorney Brent Kuhn. And he's representing Christopher's family, his wife, and his 13-year-old son. Now, the 32-year-old died Monday working at that Port Arthur refinery. We are still trying to learn what led up to the cause of death. But Kuhn says that Christopher was killed while working with electrical lines in a bucket truck. According to the attorney, the lawsuit includes a restraining order which bans Motiva from tampering with the scene until it can be inspected by engineers. Kuhn says it's important to file motions like this early.
You have to get out there with your experts and look at all this before all of the evidence disappears on you. Sometimes that disappears inadvertently, even if you rope it off. Sometimes it happens on purpose to eliminate liability issues. But you have to want to make sure the area is properly secured.
According to the attorney, a judge ordered the area where Christopher was killed to be secured. In a statement to 12 News, Motiva said, quote, "We extend our deepest condolences to the individual's family, friends, and colleagues during this difficult time." The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office and OSHA are investigating this tragedy. As always, we'll keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. Reporting from the Jefferson County Courthouse, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Across the nation now, a Missouri father, 36-year-old Maurice Fox, he's facing assault charges after police say that he encouraged his 6-year-old daughter to physically attack another child on a school bus. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos with more details.
This morning, a Missouri father faces assault charges after police say he ordered his 6-year-old daughter to attack another student on the school bus.
Don't put your hands on my daughter no more, because if I find out you touching her again, your parents will have to talk to me.
Video released by the Ferguson Police Department allegedly shows 36-year-old Maurice Fox confronting the student moments before his daughter begins hitting her.
What I told you? What you do?
Authorities say Fox encouraged his daughter to continue punching the child.
I want her crying again.
An arrest warrant has been issued for Fox. Ferguson's police chief calling the incident disturbing and completely unacceptable, adding he has avoided all efforts to speak with our detectives. However, he has found the time to create a GoFundMe account seeking donations for his legal defense. That online fundraiser has since been removed.
Hey, look at me.
Fox reportedly defending his actions, writing, "I felt I had no other choice as a parent. My only intention was to protect my child and empower her in a world that hasn't protected her." Prosecutors responding, saying, "What kind of a world do we live in when a parent teaches his child to resolve conflict through violence?" Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
In Tennessee, investigators have used rapid DNA technology to positively identify most of the victims killed in last Friday's explosives plant blast. Authorities confirmed Wednesday they have identified 14 of the 16 people killed at Accurate Energetic Systems. Officials are using rapid DNA analysis, a portable system that can develop a DNA profile from family samples in less than 2 hours without needing a lab. There were no survivors inside the facility. The cause of the blast is under investigation and may not be known for weeks or even months.
And meanwhile, the state of Mississippi has carried out its second execution of the year on Wednesday night. Death row inmate Charles Ray Crawford, he was put to death for a crime committed more than 30 years ago. Crawford, he was convicted for the 1993 kidnapping, rape, and murder of 20-year-old college student Christy Ray. Now, he was pronounced dead after receiving a lethal injection at the state penitentiary. In his final words, the 59-year-old said that he was at peace and he offered a message of true peace to the victims' families. The Crawford's execution was the 38th nationwide this year.
Across the nation, thousands of federal workers fear losing their jobs as President Trump promised to fire thousands more. Many already going without pay. This as the government shutdown enters its third week. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more from Los Angeles.
After laying off more than 4,000 federal workers during the government shutdown, the Trump administration is warning that number will more than double.
They're going to be terminated on a permanent basis, and it's thousands of people, and it's billions of dollars.
President Trump saying he is setting his sights on programs close to Democrats, but a federal judge is ordering the Trump administration to stop after multiple unions sued the government, calling the firings illegal, arbitrary, and capricious. At day 15, the government shutdown is approaching the longest in U.S. history, a record 35 days set during President Trump's first term.
The motion is not agreed to.
This as a vote to fund the government failed for a 9th time. The sticking point, whether to restore Republican cuts to Medicaid and extend Obamacare-era subsidies.
There are 600,000 other Iowans just like me who can't live without Medicaid.
Democrats arguing they are ready to reach a deal as long as the health care issue is addressed.
We are ready, we are willing, and we are able to negotiate a bipartisan spending agreement that actually meets the needs of the American people.
Republicans saying they instead want to pass a temporary spending bill to keep the government open.
Well, we've got to get the lights turned back on, and Chuck Schumer and the Democrats need to vote to do that so we can get back to regular legislative session.
While the president has authorized extraordinary measures to pay military troops and announced the FBI will get paid, hundreds of thousands of other workers, like air traffic controllers, are not.
Not knowing exactly how I'm going to have childcare for my kids or put gas in the car or pay the next mortgage payment adds a certain level of stress onto an already stressful profession. It's just very difficult.
Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says that this federal government shutdown is slowing the U.S. economy down. His department estimates the impact is about $15 billion a week. The congressional impasse is dragging on, with one lawmaker predicting that it's going to go past Thanksgiving. The Federal Reserve Chair says that he is starting to worry that this shutdown is going to make it harder for the Fed to do its job because it relies on data that is now harder to get. Many experts say tariffs were already starting to put pressure on the U.S. economy even before the shutdown. A new IMF report predicts that they will partly cause it to grow more slowly than the rest of the world in the coming months. Experts say that trade deals helped the U.S. stock market reach new records before trade tensions with China sent it into a roller coaster ride.
Up next, Christus Health just opened its brand new endocrinology clinic. What this means for local patients.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue,
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Christus Health has opened its new endocrinology clinic. It's located on North Street near St. Elizabeth Hospital. The facility is staffed by 1 endocrinologist and 2 nurse practitioners and has 15 exam rooms. It will treat people with a wide range of conditions from diabetes to thyroid disorders. Dr. Jose Ortiz is an endocrinologist who's been in the practice for over 30 years. He says teaming up with Christus opens the door for new technology.
We were kind of the best in town, but over the years, technology has changed so much, and I realized that we were behind in technology and in many areas. So
he says this will also make it easier for patients who would usually have to drive to Houston to receive care right here at home. And happening today, the Shorkey Center is hosting its grand reopening and community open house from 5 to 7 p.m. in Beaumont. Guests can tour the newly renovated therapy center, meet the staff, and enjoy light refreshments and activities. The event highlights the center's ongoing commitment to helping children thrive. It's free and open to the public.
It's now 7:45 on this Thursday morning. We have mostly clear skies out there for this morning, showing a couple of clouds up towards the Jasper area and even a little bit more cloud cover as you look towards the south from Port Arthur, and you see a little bit of cloud cover out into the Gulf. Also looks like maybe some feathers of a bird's tail right there on our camera, kind of bouncing around there in the left upper corner. Anyway, this camera brought to you by Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Live SkyCam network. Temperatures right now, we go from 67 in Port Arthur all the way down to 57 in Jasper, 58 right now in Kirbyville and Beaumont, 61 in Orange, and then 62 in Woodville. Pretty quiet right now. You can see that moisture starting to stream back into Texas, especially coastal Texas. You can see those clouds coming in from Corpus Christi, between Corpus Christi and Houston. These clouds will eventually start to make their way through parts of southeast Texas today. Not expecting any rain today. If we see anything, it might be a few light sprinkles towards the coast as that moisture comes in off the Gulf. It's really tomorrow we'll catch a few isolated showers with a weak weather system, and then as we head towards Saturday night, when this cold front still well out towards our west will come through. With that, we'll see a good chance of some rain and thunderstorms, maybe about a quarter of an inch, half an inch in most places. Some places maybe over that. We'll have to wait and see. But future cast for today, not showing anything but some clouds increasing across the area. Temperatures rising up from the lower to middle 80s as we get in towards your afternoon, and then we drop back through those 70s for this evening. Expecting lows tonight to be back down into the 60s. I don't think we'll see any 50s tomorrow morning with the partly cloudy skies, but we're definitely going to see a lot of 60s. Forecast, increasing clouds today. Temperatures there anywhere from, say, 85 up to 88. We'll see east to southeasterly winds at 5 to 10. Tonight we'll drop into the middle 60s across most of the area, some upper 60s, maybe even a few 70s towards the coast as we get into your Friday morning. And then our 7-day forecast shows a small chance of rain on Friday at 20%. 50% coverage as we go into Saturday night. Rain and thunderstorms out there. Could see a couple of showers during the day on Saturday, but the bulk of it's going to come Saturday night. It should clear out before sunrise on Sunday. Sunday looks dry, 86, 85 on Monday with sunny skies. Going into Tuesday, another weak weather system with a few showers popping up there. And then on Wednesday, we dry out again as temperatures drop back into the middle 80s. So a couple of chances of rain. Like I said, even though we have 3 days with rain chances, none of those were going to add up to a whole lot.
All right, Jeff, in Power City News, Beaumont ISD program is helping students bridge the gap between the classroom and the career world. The district's Career and Technology Education program is preparing students to graduate with industry-based certifications, licenses, and workforce skills. They even have an event coming up. The CTE program has 561 students gaining real-world skills from welding to maritime to cosmology and health science. It offers 23 program studies. Now, the program is also inviting local businesses and industry leaders to come see what these students are learning. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato explains.
All our programs of study provide that same context of what we're trying to get kids to do as they become adults and make career choices.
Beaumont ISD's Career and Technical Education program is gearing up for industry insights, hoping to connect business and industry leaders to students.
Industry gets to be able to see how we are training our kids and what industry certifications they are earning that they can actually use and put to work once they graduate from high school if they choose to do so. In addition to that, it helps us on the other side. The partnership shows us what are the latest industry standards.
The program has 23 areas of study in helping students get a jump start on their career. Melanie Williams with Workforce Solutions says the need for skilled workers are growing.
Southeast is trade driven, and right now with the expansion of the industries in our areas, it's a need, and everybody's not 4-year college. But this gives them an opportunity to make choices, to make good choices for themselves.
And those choices could even help students find jobs locally.
It's a new opportunity for the businesses to find good talent, people that are ready to work, people that are educated.
Eva LeBlanc says establishing connections helps align the program with the community needs.
The ultimate goal is that we're growing our workforce in Southeast Texas that will stay in Southeast Texas and support all the growth in industry that we've got going on.
And that Industry Insights event, that's going to be next Thursday at the Beaumont ISD CTE Center. And they're going to have 3 sessions. Businesses, they can sign up using the link on our website.
BISD will hold a public meeting today at 6 p.m. in the Administration Building boardroom. The district will discuss its rating on the state's financial accountability system. That meeting is open to the public.
Well, the city of Beaumont has appointed an interim economic development manager, Miles Haynes. He has been with the city since 2021, and most recently he has served as the assistant to the city manager. Officials say that he's been a key contributor to strategic planning, legislative advocacy, and partnership development within the city. Haynes got his Master of Public Administration from Lamar University. His promotion comes after Christina Loki resigned amid pushback surrounding the city's $264 million bond package. In a statement, Haynes says that he's honored to serve in the role.
Over in Port Arthur, the Economic Development Corporation is launching its Small Business Power Hour series starting today at the Press Building. This free monthly program is designed to help entrepreneurs grow their businesses with expert panels, workshops, and resources. The kickoff session, The Entrepreneur's Mindset, features local business owners and the Small Business Development Center. Each session runs from 6 to 7:30 p.m. through March 2026. Pre-registration is required, and you can register through the link on your screen. It's open to all.
And when 12 News Daybreak returns here on 12 News Plus, we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush out as we take a live look above the 12 News studio here in Beaumont. Your time is 7:51. We'll be right back.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:54 right now, and that means it's time for your Thursday morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day.
A wrongful death lawsuit's been filed against Motiva against the death of Buna. After the death of Buna electrician Hayden Christopher, the 32-year-old died while working at the Port Arthur refinery Monday. Attorney Brent Kuhn, who's representing his wife and son, says that he was killed while working with electrical lines in a bucket truck. And according to that attorney, that lawsuit also includes a restraining order which bans Motiva from tampering with the scene until it can be inspected.
We're working to learn more about a major crash yesterday in Jasper County. It happened on Highway 62 at County Road 826 south of Buena. The Sheriff's Office says 4 vehicles were involved. Investigators haven't said what led up to the crash, but we know a medical helicopter was called to the scene. DPS is investigating.
And funeral services have been announced for late Port Neches Mayor Glenn Johnson. He died Thursday after holding the position for 23 years. Services are scheduled for this Sunday at the First Baptist Port Neches. Visitation is going to be 1:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. Funeral is going to follow immediately after that. Then will his burial follow at the Oak Bluff Memorial Park.
Weather for today, calling for clouds to increase across the area, but the rain should stay away for one more day. Then tomorrow, a couple of showers here and there. It's really Saturday night that we'll see hopefully some measurable rainfall in southeast Texas. About 50% coverage there with some showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, Monday looks dry, a little bit cooler. And then Tuesday, another weak front brings us a small chance of rain, and then drier on Wednesday.
All right, you want to make sure. Don't make sure of this. Make sure you smile, right, Mark?
That's right. Retired teachers from all over southeast Texas are now better equipped with fresh knowledge after spending yesterday together in Beaumont. Our very own Jordan Williams, he got to share some music with them. There he is. During the Texas Retired Texas Association's District 5 Fall Conference, they even got legislative updates from Austin to stay connected. Isn't that special?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you played the piano, huh? I don't know Jordan to be a singer.
Yeah, I didn't even know he played piano.
You didn't know Jordan plays piano?
No,
Yeah, at his church.
Yeah, like he's like the organist.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, no, you're a musical guy. You should go join him sometime.
I haven't played music in a long, long time.
Pull out your saxophone, sir.
It's been decades.
Oh.
Decades.
Jeff still got it. I have faith. I'm better than me.
Oh, yeah, of course, but.
Thanks for watching today, y'all.
We'll see you at 11.
Have a great day.